what are your thoughts overall on your performance tonight?
I mean, pretty poor performance. Hate that I couldn't go longer than 3.1 and put our team in position to win. Just something to learn upon and build on this week in preparation for next time out.
What is going to be the biggest thing you take from this?
I think the biggest learning thing for me is I threw a lot of stressful pitches tonight, and it just seemed like the more I was in that situation, the more I was gripping the ball and really tensing up and just really trying to do a lot. And I think I need to actually just settle down in those situations and be calm and actually do the opposite of grip the baseball really hard and try to do a lot. I need to, in that situation, less is more, and really just try to focus on hitting spots and commanding and just being calm out there. And tonight I didn't think I did a good job of that.
Cool, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jeff. Our next question comes from Trevor Thompson from Fox Sports Detroit.
Hi, Casey. I was just wondering what you thought about your mix tonight and what your approach is. Your mix tonight compared to what you usually do and your rhythm and how you felt in that area tonight and your assessment of that.
Yeah, I only threw one or two curveballs, which normally we throw 8 or 10 of those. But with a lot of left-handed hitters in that lineup, we tried to throw a bunch of splitters and really just try to go hard and soft away for the most part when it comes to those lefties. And so I think that's why you just didn't see as many of the curveballs and a lot of splitters and a lot of fastballs. So.
You talked about maybe gripping the ball a little tonight. Why do you think that was, and how you've been in situations before where you've had to pick up your defense behind you at times? How did that aspect of things go into you gripping the ball, and how is it different at this stage as far as that part of it and not being able to calm down like you might have in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I think gripping the ball is kind of like a figure of speech. I just meant tensing up and just trying to do a lot. I think I just should have been more calm and really just tried to slow the game down and instead of allowing it to speed up on me or whatever. So that's really just what I meant by that.
Yeah, and I just meant that you've had those experiences before probably, but does the stage change it in any way as far as the tenseness that comes with that?
No, man. I mean, it's the same game. I've definitely been through it before, so it's just unfortunate that I couldn't do the right thing tonight.
Thanks, Casey.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trevor. Our next question comes from Cody Stavenhagen from The Athletic.
Hey, Casey, I know you didn't build on that first inning the way you probably wanted to, but what did you feel like was working for you in the first when you struck out Rizzo, struck out Baez, had a very nice start to the game?
Yeah. Struck out Rizzo on a splitter. And then prior to that, the previous at-bat, I threw a 3-2 splitter that we got Hap to ground out on. So I was really happy with the command of that pitch and super happy with the feel from that. And we ended up punching out Baez on a cutter away, and he's just a swinger. So he swings the bat a ton, and so we kind of executed the game plan really well in the first inning, and the plan was to continue to do that and execute. But we had a good plan. I just didn't execute very well from there on out.
Sure. The cutter, was it similar to last week where you threw some good ones, but also had a couple that maybe just didn't go where you wanted and act the way you want, or just how would you evaluate the cutter today?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I threw some that I was really pleased with and kind of. It was really doing, I mentioned last week what it was designed to do. I threw a few that I was really happy with, and then a couple just were some spinners. The homer that was hit was a cutter that I left over the middle of the plate, just not a very good pitch. It was a 3-2 cutter. I think the pitch selection was correct, just the execution was pretty bad. So threw some good ones and threw some bad ones.
All right, thanks, Casey.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Cody. Our next question comes from Jason Beck from MLB.com.
Yeah, hey, Casey. Did you sense their approach change at all from the second inning on? Did they get more patient after seeing some of those pitches in the first inning?
I don't know. I think they got more patient just because I wasn't, filling up the strike zone as much. I think I kind of got some behind in some counts, and the fastball was kind of yanking the two-seamer a little bit. It wasn't running in, like I wanted it to. And so I think they were just taking balls. It's not like they were just really trying to be, super patient. I just think I just wasn't executing, which really allowed them, to kind of sit back and wait on a good pitch to hit or, whatever that may be.
And then the 2-out RBI singles in the second from Bodie and Warner. Were those both the same pitch? Were those cutters or were those different?
Bodie's was a cutter. Horner's, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I honestly don't remember on that one. Probably a cutter, I think. The line drive that up the middle, yeah. I think those both were cutters, but I'm not 100%. I know Bodie's was.
Okay. And you said the home run was a cutter? That Bodie
Yep.
hit?
Yes, it was.
And then lastly for me, just, we saw you out in the outfield warming up before the game and you do your bullpen. I know this wasn't your first start, obviously you got that out of the way. But was there any different feel about this start just because it was here at home, even without the crowd or the atmosphere?
Not really. I mean, I was just super excited to pitch here. I mean, I love this park. It's our home park, and it's just a really cool atmosphere, and I was just very excited. But when I got out there and warming up or anything, I don't think there was too much of a different feel. Just same old stuff. But I was really excited to pitch in this park, and just unfortunate. It didn't go the way I wanted it to, but it is what it is.
Thanks, Casey.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason. If there are any other questions for Casey, please put those in the chat. Go back to Cody Stavenhagen from The Athletic.
Casey, I know you have very high standards for yourself and would probably love to come out and throw a complete game. But you have to remind yourself that pitching at this level is a tough thing to do. A lot of very good pitchers have struggled a little bit at the start. Do you just have to remind yourself that maybe it's going to be a process here?
Yeah, I think there's definitely that aspect of it. But I think my approach is just, strive, is aim as high as possible, and then, allow other people to kind of bring me down and, kind of insert that reality to me. But for me, man, I'm just trying to aim as high as I can and, relentlessly attack greatness. So, that's just, the way I am, and I'm going to continue to try to do that. But I got a good support system around me that keeps me pretty grounded.
Too many pitches. 25 pitches an inning. That's a lot of pitches and a lot of hard work out there. And he just didn't command his own tonight like he normally does. He didn't use his fastball like I think he should use more fastballs, and seemed like a lot of off-speed stuff. And he's got a really good fastball. And you know what? This is all a learning experience for him. Getting out there and seeing what's going on out here. I'm sure his levels of intensity and everything are up high, and sometimes he's got to be able to calm down a little bit. He looks so calm out there on the mound, but that's just another step in the right direction as far as learning what you need to do the next time out. And we'll see where he goes the next time out. We all know this kid can really pitch. He just didn't get it done tonight is the way he would want it, or any of us would want it. A lot of pitches in a few innings.
Thanks, Hammer. Our next question comes from Trevor Thompson from Fox Sports Detroit.
Artie, just wondering how much of the game story in your mind was opportunities missed when you had bases loaded, less than 2 out, and weren't able to cash in early.
Yeah, that's always big when they make pitches or we chase out of the zone, whatever it might be. You have a chance to put a crooked number up there, and you tip your hat to the other guy. I guess he made some pitches when he had to. He got himself in a jam, made some pitches, and we misfired a little bit. And then like I said, the one thing that I always talk about is we played a lot of defense early in that game, and there was a lot of 3-2 counts, and that makes it tough. That takes your offense out of whack. And we've got to get better at that part of it, because when we do pitch well and we do get that starter going, we can score runs. We've seen it. Their guy threw really well tonight, but when you stand out there, it takes something out of you, and we've got to do better at that.
To your point about you can score runs, you showed that late, and then Stewart had that shot. Just picking up on some positives there for him to have that night, or have that at bat with when he's gone. Your thoughts on that? Thanks.
Well, Stu, he's been scuffling like a lot of guys have been scuffling, and he had some quality at bats tonight. He fouled off a bunch of pitches in the next at bat, and had some good at bats, but he got a hold of one, which is that's what the expectations are for the young man. And he's a hard worker. He's working hard in the outfield. He kind of misplayed a ball out there, and he's just trying to work his way through it like a lot of other guys, but he put a really nice swing out there, and that's what we're hoping for.
Thanks, Trevor. Our next question comes from Jason Beck from MLB.com.
Yeah, hey, Gardy, you mentioned a lot of pitches that Mize threw. Those deep counts, especially with 2 outs in the second inning, how much do you think that kind of caught up to him, and how much, if at all, do you think that played into the third and then?
Well, yeah, that was a long inning, and like you said, deep counts on about every hitter, and fouling off pitches and all those things. And I think Casey will tell you the same thing. When he gets going, he's not afraid to throw that fastball at any time, and it's just early in his career, and there's a lot of really good hitters over there, and you don't want to make mistakes. But I think ultimately he'll probably tell you needed to attack more and get some early outs to go deeper in the game. That's what normally happens. But we're excited about him. He as he started out that first inning, he's done that his whole career, just like that, just bam, 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 and get him off the field, and he'll get there. It takes time.